So today AXC Games released their roadmap for Anarea Battle Royale, and I'm just going to go through everything on the Trello and let you guys see, everything that they're planning for the game and everything that they have released. They released a bit more info about the game, and if you want to go check it out yourself, it'll be linked down in the description below. First up, there's a gameplay preview. It's a work in progress. In January, they say they'll share a video that focuses on gameplay. It says, thanks to your feedback on our previous video, we've already made some changes. I'm assuming that's the camera shape mainly. That's what a lot of people were talking about. Next up is the information about the alpha release. It says it will include the Battle Royale solo mode, a training mode, as well as the main game features. So apparently in alpha, it will include everything. It's also cool to see that they're doing a training mode. Hopefully it's probably like Combat Zone or something of the equivalence anyway, where you can test the guns and like work on your aim and everything for like new players. Next one's interesting, spawn systems. The spawn system will be semi-random, which means that each player will first select a large circle zone on the map during the lobby phase and then will instantaneously randomly spawn inside of it. Kind of like, I'm pretty sure they had this in H1 for a while and they actually got rid of it, because back in the day, you spawn randomly in H1 and then they went through a phase where they allowed you to spawn wherever you wanted to. You kind of selected a place and then I think they got rid of it. And I'm pretty sure Radical Hots did the same type of thing too, where you would spawn in a place that you picked on the map. Next one is shooting mechanics, and I'm not going to go into depth on this one because it basically just says bullet drop and spray control and the rate of fire and all that'll be different for each gun, and that's kind of like, a given in any game. Now this one kind of intrigued me, the Consumables system, and I kind of assumed that would be like, med kits, bandages, stuff like that. But it says in the description, the objective of a Consumables system is to diversify the gameplay styles and fight scenarios possibilities, while it perfectly fits to the game, keeps a skill gap, and the best possible overall balance. It says there will be consumables dedicated for attack strategies, but also to defend yourself. Now, totally this is just off the top of my head, but to me that sounds like shields versus like, nades and stuff. Obviously in H1 we had Kevlars and makeshifts. I'm assuming in this you actually will drink something or take something, consume something, considering it says consumables, that'll give you a shield like a Kevlar or a makeshift. You also have to keep in mind that in their gameplays they don't have helmets. There's no helmets in Anarea, and they say their two-tap system will rely on something different, so that could also go into this consumables. It says it accentuates the dynamic gameplay, increases the amount of attack and defense strategies, and so rewards players that make the best choices possible at the right moment. Islands of Nine had the little shields that you picked up and it just kind of went around your body. This will probably be something that you actually take, considering it says consumables, but it's probably the same type of vibe, I would assume. Now obviously take my opinion with a grain of salt because I do not know, this is just what I think. Next up's the gas. They don't tell a lot about it. They just said coupled with a map designed to be suitable for a fast-paced, dynamic, and competitive gameplay, the gas zone will emphasize these feelings. So they don't really tell anything about it. I'm assuming it's just going to be like any BR, it hurts when you're in it and it doesn't when you're out of it. Now within the Trello, they have a lot more things that they have shown, but it doesn't have any descriptions added to them yet. They've just put up ideas or stuff like that, and they haven't made any announcements towards it or any information towards it. But early on, I'll just let the cat out of the bag with this one, because this is probably going to be the big one that everybody wants to see or wants to hear. They put in their community ideas list survival game mode, because I have seen nothing but people asking for just survive or asking if there be a survival mode, and they have added in a survival game mode into the community ideas. So I would assume they're going to at least give it a thought or try to do it or, work towards it. They could already be making it. Who knows? But I know in my comments, I get 99% of the time, all my comments are like shit about Just Survive, and I see all this stuff about Just Survive, and I know everybody loved the game, but it is not going to come back. Like, there's no way, no how. Daybreak yoinked out. They're gone. Like, it's literally gone, and, there's no hope for Just Survive to ever be back. But who knows? They could make a good survival mode too. They also added in the idea of proximity chat, because I've seen a lot of people asking about that in Discord. They added in the thought of a revive system. I don't think a revive system would be something I would want. I don't really like revive systems in BR, so that's just me though. They also put in a clan system that would be in the final release, and that's actually kind of cool, because back in the day in H1, we kind of just all made our names match. So if you were doing scrims and you could actually put together a scrim team inside of a clan system, that would be really cool. I also mentioned a combat pass there. That's not that big of a deal. And monthly tournaments with cash prize open to all players. That's also really cool. What if they made it to where you could have a clan and then you could all compete in like a clan scrim, and you could advance in the whole system within that, and then that's how you got into the monthly tournaments, was with how many wins your clan had in like scrims or something. That would be really, really cool to see. So there's a lot of information to go off here, but this is the March 2020 alpha release. This is the first game we'll be playing, and this is what it will all have. a training zone, like I mentioned earlier. So something like the combat zone or anything like that, where you can just go and learn how to play and learn how to aim and stuff like that. New advanced lighting system, which, like I said, none of these have descriptions, so this is just like what I'm pulling out of my ass. Basically, this is not, anything that is official, but I'm assuming that the lighting will change a lot compared to what it is in this trailer. Solo matchmaking, that one's a given. Experience and levels system. Now that one, that's pretty cool too. I don't think H1 had like a leveling system when it first came out. I know they gave out bags for wins, but correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think they had levels and experience. Airdrops with consumables, you've already seen that they have a sniper in the game. The airdrops will obviously have the sniper in it, and it did say, that it'll also have consumables in there, so that's probably another thing, like the Kevlar, how they used to be in crates back in H1. Spectator View after death, that's pretty cool, because it took H1, like, what, 4 seasons to do that, dude? You used to have to set in a bag when you died. Kill feed, that one's a good. They do have vehicles in this, and I did see in the Discord the other day that the, Mr. Warden, I think is who said it, he said that they would have buggies and ATVs. There would not be like a cop car or like a Jeep. Game optimization. Imagine a game coming out optimized, dude. Like, that would be insane. Like, there's never been an optimized BR. Remember PUBG on release? And the last is the Q2 2020 beta release. This is after the alpha release in March. It'll have a ping system, which I will show on screen now. This is basically like in, I think they have this in PUBG, and sort of like what is in Fortnite too, where you can ping an enemy, you can ping an item, you can ping whatever say it's right here. I'm pretty sure Apex Legends was the first game to do it. Don't quote me on that, but I think they were. Next up is the visual compass. Now, I'm not a big fan of this. This is the type of like bar that goes above the screen, which is like what's in PUBG. I'm not a fan of this in general, just this type of compass, but it obviously can change. It's not that big of a deal. Obviously, the red target would be where an enemy is shooting at, and like the target on the left, I'm assuming, is what direction you're looking at. Next up, they have duos and squads matchmaking, the ranking system, and competitive servers. Now, competitive servers, that one is questionable to me because you really don't want to split up your player base, especially this early on. This will just be like right after the original release. I kind of liked how H1 did competitive. If they did anything competitive wise, they did it like on a weekend or did it for like a special day. I would not keep competitive servers and like keep that up, splitting up the player base. Obviously it keeps new players from getting shit on, but I am not a huge fan of putting up that many different like duos, squads, solos, having a training zone, having competitive servers. Like, you get all that mixed in and you're going to have such a split up player base, it's probably not going to go that well. Next, they have a special market with tradable skins. That's going to be probably like the Skull store where you can buy items in game. This one's an interesting one. Custom crosshairs. How long did we ask for that in H1? Anybody in the comments? How long did we ask for custom crosshairs? And we never got them. They're already talking about adding in custom crosshairs. That's a big, huge thing for me at least. I like that. Just seeing that makes me happy. Character emotes. I mean, I think that's cool for certain people, but me personally, I've never been a fan of like emotes or like anything like that in game. You could do the backflips in H1. You could do like flipping the bird and all that. I mean, it's kind of cool, but it gets old eventually. A report and reputation system. Now, that's kind of interesting. CSGO has a reputation system now, and they implemented that not long ago, but you can have a reputation system. That one's going to be interesting, especially for people like, everybody's usually toxic in voice chat, and if they add proximity chat and then they have a reputation system, that's going to be very interesting to say the least. Partial destruction system. I really don't know what they mean by that one personally. If anybody has an idea what that one is about, then, leave that down in the comments below. And obviously they have a KD, statistics, and win average per player system, just something to keep up with all your stats, how many times you've won, how many kills you've gotten in a game, how many kills you average, all that kind of stuff. That's, expected out of any game. But that basically covers the entire Trello. Like I said, it'll be linked down in the description. I am really, really excited. This makes me really happy to see all the things that they already have in motion or that they're thinking about doing. Obviously, advertisement's still a huge thing they need to work on, but I'm pretty sure they got like a shit ton of views on the trailer on Twitter, at least. Twitter, their tweet got a lot of traction and got a lot of people interested in. A lot of people have been in my comments mentioning like they have to pay big streamers, or they have to do this, or they have to do that, and they have to get these people to play it. And honestly, if the game looks interesting, people are going to try it regardless. The things that interest me the most are probably the survival game mode possibly being in it, the clan system, like I said, the monthly tournaments sound awesome. I'm really interested to see what the consumables thing is about, if they're going to do like shield type of thing or what they're going to do with that. Obviously, you don't want it to be too futuristic with the shields and all that kind of system, kind of like Islands of Nine. Obviously, Islands of Nine had a lot more futuristic vibes vibe to it than this will obviously have. It's also really cool to see that they're doing another video of the gameplay in January and going to clean it up a lot with the whole camera shake and everything. I'm really excited to see that new gameplay because obviously we basically just have this gameplay that I've been showing on screen. Make sure if you haven't already, please go sub to the channel, go like the video. It would really mean a lot. I've been putting a lot of effort into these videos and trying my best to get out, you know, the right information that I can and keep you guys up to date on it. And I've gotten a lot of emails. I talk back and forth with the devs a lot, and the devs have obviously told me, like, they get a lot of people saying, what is this gameplay with my old gameplay that's on my channel? I just want you guys to realize, again, I've mentioned this before, I've put it in the comments, the descriptions of the other videos, all that stuff. My other videos, like the things you need to know about Anarea, and the other video that was before it, like H1 Remade, whatever I called it, those are really old gameplay. Those are outdated. The information is outdated on those, so don't take those that big of a deal. You know, don't take them very seriously. If you watch my newer videos, those are the up-to-date. They're always as up-to-date as I can get them. Regardless, so I appreciate all the love on all the Anarea videos. My views have been up a lot, and I really appreciate it. Hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure to go leave a like and sub if you're new. I'd really, really appreciate it, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.